for the past 20 years, and many more to come.
And their opponents, first, weighing in at 207 pounds, Ricochet!
The exhilarating, the breathtaking Ricochet had quite the battle last night with Gunther on Smackdown. It's fight night!
Next, from Dublin, Ireland, weighing in at 267 pounds, representing the Brawling Brutes, Sheamus!
Oh, Sheamus takes a break from his battle with the Bloodline to renew a rivalry against the Imperium tonight.
And their tag team partner from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 275 pounds, Drew McIntyre!
What an athlete, John, is Drew McIntyre.
One of the best I've seen in a generation. Drew McIntyre has reached the pinnacle for a very good reason that you're looking at right now. He's a freak.
McIntyre, Sheamus, and Ricochet to take on Gunther, Kaiser, Vinci of the Imperium. And the Imperium decides that they're in no hurry to get in the ring with these three men.
Would you be?
Speaking of that, why are you here alone? Why isn't the new wrestling god, Baron Corbin, here with you for Tribute to the Troops?
It's the modern day wrestling god, and Baron had some things to do. He had some money to count, he had some barbecue to make, he had a few things to do, so I came on my own to be with you, Michael. The OGs getting back together.
How is Corbin working out for you?
I like Baron. I like Baron a lot. He's a smart guy. He's a terrific athlete. I think Baron could be a future world champion, and my goal is to get him there and help him facilitate him to get there.
And right now you're looking at Drew McIntyre and Sheamus, two former world champions in their own right.
This Ricochet reminds me a lot of me.
In what way? In what possible way? In what possible way does Ricochet remind you of yourself?
The high flying, the innovative offense.
You guys have nothing in common. You don't even have tattoos.
That's a fair point, Michael. You get one fair point over 2 decades together.
So it's Vinci and Ricochet to start things off in this six-man tag team matchup tonight. Again, celebrating the 20th anniversary of Tribute to the Troops tonight. Started all the way back in 2003 at Camp Victory in Baghdad, Iraq. One of the trips overseas we made, John, back in 2005, actually, we went to Afghanistan as part of Tribute to the Troops. That was a unique trip.
It's been incredible. Kabul and Kandahar, all the forward operating bases in Afghanistan. It's been such an honor. You know, you run into so many troops over the last 20 years. You know, they're all grown up now. Not like they weren't then, but they were 19, 20-year-old kids, a lot of them, doing wonderful things, protecting our freedom in a very hostile place. And you see them, and they tell you, I saw you in Afghanistan, I saw you in Iraq. It's such a great feeling to know that you were there to say thank you to these heroes.
The soldiers told us we were old back then. What would they think about us now?
Ancient.
You actually had matches that Tribute to the Troops. Some, different matches.
I was evil Santa Claus almost every year. I canceled their leave every year, and somehow either Mick Foley or Stone Cold or John Cena always came out as a good Santa Claus. Funny how the evil Santa Claus has a losing record at Christmas.
Ricochet with the right hand. And Vinci sending Ricochet into the ropes. Catches him with a back elbow. And look at Kaiser trying to drag Ricochet out of the ring and paid for it. The official, Jessica Carr, didn't see it. She was dealing with Vinci, who takes advantage of the distraction.
You know, it's the difference between a really good team and 3 great individuals. That's what Imperium is showing right now.
Ricochet face first into the turnbuckle, now mocking Sheamus and McIntyre. Shoulder to the post by Ricochet. Double team! Imperium dominating, and Ricochet and company get back in this match on Tribute to the Troops. We are back at the 20th anniversary of WWE Tribute to the Troops. And Ricochet, the high flyer, in deep, deep trouble. Imperium, John, dominating throughout the commercial break.
Imperium is just showing what a team does better than three great individuals. Imperium is all on the same page here.
You make a great point because Ricochet, can't remember the last time he may have teamed with Sheamus and McIntyre. Sheamus and McIntyre, longtime rivals. They formed a team as of late to battle the bloodline. You know, we've had some real interesting tribute to the Troops over the last 20 years. I'll never forget the night, John, back in 2013 in Tacoma at Joint Base Lewis McCord. It was so cold that night at ringside. You and I were in suits, normal dress shoes. It must have been 25 degrees.
And they got where the ring was warmer, but they just cut off where we were at commentary. So we were frozen by the end of the night.
Oh! And here we go now. Gunther into a Boston Crab, looking to torture Ricochet. Ricochet a long way from his partners. Sheamus trying to will Ricochet along. Ricochet trying to drag himself and the 250-pound frame of Gunther to the corner to try to desperately make a tag. Oh, and a stomp right to the shoulder blades. Desperation on the face of Sheamus and McIntyre, John. I mean, you were part of so many successful tag teams. What does it feel like when your partner's getting the hell beat out of them, like Ricochet is right now, and you're standing on the apron?
It's an absolute helpless situation. And you look at what Imperium doing, is they're cutting off the ring, and they're standing between Ricochet and help, which is exactly what you want to do in a tag team situation.
Kaiser smile on his face as he continues to punish Ricochet. This Imperium so dangerous. Of course, their creed is that the mat is sacred.
The good part about my tag team with Ron was he was never in danger. I was.
You always
Ron
got beat up, and Ron would come in and be the hero.
That's what Ron does.
Ron's got some funny stories. Well, I shouldn't say funny. Interesting stories from some of his visits overseas with Tribute to the Troops.
I found him in a cooler one time. It was so hot in Iraq, and he was literally just sitting in the cooler.
Kaiser missed wildly. Ricochet with a right hand. And Vinci. Ricochet. There goes Vinci. Now Ricochet perhaps has an opportunity. Gunther, though. Leg right to the back of the neck. How did that man get his leg up that high to strike Ricochet in the back of the neck?
Gunther is a fighting machine. He's got himself in shape. He's never been better.
Went for a tag! And Imperium made sure McIntyre and Sheamus weren't there. And Ricochet.
The teamwork of Imperium is incredible, and this could be it.
Ricochet, though.
Oh,
what
wow.
a counter!
What a move!
Shoulders down and a kick out. Ricochet somehow is still in this match. And tribute to the Troops. Roman and Ricochet face Imperium in a Miracle on 34th Street fight plus a tag team title match. An all-new edition of Friday Night Smackdown, live at 8 Eastern, 7 Central on Fox.
Oh, yeah, down home.
And now let's meet an Army Staff Sergeant who's been deployed to the Middle East and knew when he was just a child that he wanted to serve.